Hello, this is me just doing a short little video about the Book of Abramelin, about Abraham von Worms, written and edited by George Dern. And this is the best copy out there and the complete, so far at least, and absolutely the best buy. I'm sad that I don't have the Bill Matters version anymore since it got lost, but this is the book that is, I think you could say it is the most known book of all the magical books that's ever been written, beside the Enochian. And there are a lot of people who claim that they have done this whole book, and some may do it in the astral realm and claim that they've been done it, but all those who I know who have done this and started to doing it, we all did it in a forest or in a cold place to get the discipline that is needed later on. And this book is an 18-month version. The Matters was just a 6-week version. And that is, if you're a beginner, then you shouldn't absolutely not do the 6 months version, and not this one either, really, since you need to have some knowledge, some balance, and some understanding at least. And it is fun how I watched a video a couple of days ago on the History Channel, and there this Abraham was mentioned again as it was one of the, what was it, in a historical where he did those miracle works, and he was the famous wizard. And I remember when I watched, I always loved history, when I watched history before, they never mentioned him even if they talked about the same person, but now when it's popular with magic and witchcraft and so on, now even history channels like Viasat and the history channels and other archaeological channels, they mention him as well. And I thought that this is just the introduction to the Abramelin. So I just flipped through the book and show a little bit of it. And about 90% of all the magical practitioners say that this is the book if you want to really connect to your HGA. I know it's not the only way, but it's a way. But what many people don't know, that in the beginning you don't, what manifests before you is not what is the real thing. It's just that you meet your ego and you have to see through the illusions and learn that, and that's why it must be done for a long period of time, so that you can beat your own ego there. So your ego quietens and you can get some true visuals in there. And what happened to many of us that we could visualize when we started out with the Abramelin, like they do in the Golden Dawn traditions and so on. But once you enter the ego and you see that this is your ego wanting to see what other people claim they see, that's when you really start to have these weird phenomena that, as when I say, I'm not really sure what it looked like. It was something between a dragon and a gush of wind and a tornado, and everybody seems to see eyes, a huge eye or multiple eyes, and eyes gleaming in the dark and nothing else. But if there is one thing I want to make a point out of this book, if you start doing this book and going through with it, please tell one person at least that you are doing this book. This is the book that can cause quite a lot of PTSD and psychological trauma. And since it changes both inside and outside, and some people don't even experience anything, let's say 7 years after the book. Like Ramsey Dukes, he felt the HGA first 7 years after completing the Bill Matters ritual. So it can come in so many different ways. And I love this book since I see it as a spiritual marathon, and I like to compete in athletics. I was that kind of person. So anything that is said to be completely impossible and that you shouldn't do it, and it requires discipline and focus and so on, that's when I get interested. So I just this book, even the Bill Matters version, those who aren't designed to complete the work or even be able to do the work, they fall off after a while. They just can't seem to get it. They get lazy and they don't finish, and it gets a little bit here and there. And we stood in a woodshed, and it was 30 minus outside, and we went there alone. We had different woodsheds. Everybody had a woodshed, so it is something that you just do, and then you complete, and you get the discipline, and you get the dedication, and then after the very long period of time, you might get a connection. Sometimes it comes right away, sometimes it can take years to complete. Some people repeat this book, and some people bind the demons and have the 4 familiars, others don't. And I know it's so very popular to think that everybody binds the demons and have 4 familiars, but the truth is that not everybody even wants to have the 4 familiars, so they do this just to connect to God or Christ or the Holy Guardian Angel, and those things. So this is just some my short introduction to the Book of Abramelin, and I truly love this book. And it's fun how the folk magic in this book is just like the folk magic in Finland and the folk magic in England. So there is a lot of connections here, and it's a very interesting read whether you like history or magic. But please listen to me, don't do this on this own. Reach out to somebody so that at least one person knows that you are doing this book. Since psychosis and such things are real, and they can happen when you concentrate in this portion hours a day, connecting. That's when you can, if you have any sort of mental trouble, that's when they occur. So tell one person at least, and study hard and keep the discipline, and read about it, and don't do it just because. And then we make another video about this. So have a magical day. Bye for now.